Now I would like to come to the next session. Next session, that is a panel discussion on the topic public policy and law implementation for child protection and child rights in India. Here, first I would like to invite Urvashi Prasad, Policy Specialist, Niti Aayog, Government of India. Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we could hear you, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, firstly, congratulations to the authors on the launch of this book and a very, very important topic. I'll just make 4 very brief points from the policy perspective when we look at child rights and child protection. I think the very first one is that for credible policy making, we need updated, regularly collected, integrated data. So I think that is the very first thing we need to focus on. We have a lot of different surveys, we have the census, we have different programs that collect data on different aspects of child welfare, child right programs. But we need to integrate all of this in order to be able to really take meaningful policy decisions. And we also need consistent definitions, of whether it is something like child trafficking, whether it is something like child labor. We need consistent definitions across surveys, across programs, across, what the census collects. Only then will we be able to really compare data, across the country from different states. So I think an integrated, credible data system with updated information on different aspects of, child welfare, child right programs is, I think, the first key point. The second one is obviously on nutrition. And I think, when it comes to children, the early part of their life is really very critical. It's a critical window of opportunity. If we are able to provide the right nutrition services, we can really, ensure that they develop into healthy, productive adults. So, of course, the government has launched a lot of programs, be it the Poshan Abhiyan, be it strengthening of the Anganwadi centers. But what we really need to do is empower local communities to be able to make the right food and nutrition choices for children, given their local context and their local constraints. So that is really the second key point. The third is on education. On education, we have really bridged the enrollment gap to a large extent, especially at the primary school level. We've got large numbers of now, children, girls and boys into school at the primary school level, which is a big achievement. But we do see a gap at the secondary school level. We especially see a lot of girls dropping out at the secondary school level. So this is something from a policy perspective we really need to address very, very strongly. On the quality of education, I think we also need to go beyond the core curriculum and also bring in elements like physical fitness, wellness, gender sensitization, and life skills, because education is so much beyond, science, maths, and English. It's all of these things. So I think we need to bring all these elements in a very strong way into our school curriculum. And on the final piece of child protection, I think, my other panelists will perhaps be able to, speak to the adequacy of laws and frameworks perhaps better. But what I would okay, so there's some disturbance. Somebody needs to put their system on mute.
अरे तो वो तो ऐसे एक एक करके दिखेगा ना, पूरा नहीं दिख पाए एक बार में सबका आ जाए नहीं तेज.
Yes. Now is it comfortable, ma'am? Yes.
Please, yeah. So so the last point I was making was on child protection. My fellow panelists will be able to speak to the adequacy of our laws and legislations, I think, much better. But in terms of, how we implement these is really where the gap is from a policy perspective. So, for instance, we have these state commissions for protection of child rights. We are supposed to have child welfare officers, in every police station. The challenge is not just of adequacy, but it's also of capacity building. We have to ensure that the staff is sensitized to the needs of children and can adequately address the issues faced by children in distress. Similarly, we have a helpline, the child line, which is implemented in different districts in the country. Now, we need to make sure it is effective and it is truly catering to the challenges that children face. So I think when it comes to legislations, when it comes to different laws, frameworks, it's not just about putting them in place, but how do we implement them on the ground, and how do we monitor their implementation and build capacity? So I think those are the 4 key points that I would highlight from a policy perspective.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your insightful words, insightful